Dear children, as it was problem in the first video of surface chemistry, so I am teaching these topics again to you. So first we'll start surface chemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of the phenomenon occurring at the surface or interface. सरफेस केमिस्ट्री की वो ब्रांच है जो उन फिनोमिनन पे डिपेंड करती है जिसमें हम उन फिनोमिनन को स्टडी करते हैं जो सरफेस पर होंगे. And today we'll start with the first phenomenon which is called adsorption. Before studying the adsorption, we have to study two terms, adsorbate and adsorbent. Adsorption is the phenomenon in which we study attracting and retaining of the molecule of a substance on the surface of a liquid or a solid. एड्जॉर्प्शन वो फिनोमिनन है जिसमें कोई भी एक सब्सटेंस किसी लिक्विड या सॉलिड सरफेस पे आके स्टिक होता है, रिटेन होता है या एड्जॉर्ब होता है. नाउ व्हाट इज एड्जॉर्बेट एंड एड्जॉर्बेंट? द सब्सटेंस thus adsorbed on the surface is called adsorbate and the substance on which it is adsorbed is called adsorbent. वो सब्सटेंस जो किसी सरफेस पर जाकर एड्जॉर्ब होने वाला है वो एड्जॉर्बेट है, जबकि वो सरफेस क्या कहलाती है? एड्जॉर्बेंट. नाउ एज वी नो दैट adsorption is the phenomenon in which the molecules are coming on the surface and just stick on the surface or retaining on the surface, and the opposite phenomenon of adsorption is called what? Desorption. So the meaning of desorption means what? The removal of adsorbed substance from the surface is called desorption. With these two terms, we will study one more term which is called absorption. Absorption is a bulk phenomenon. That means when any of the substance is absorbed not only on the surface but in the bulk, then it is called absorption. If we want to distinguish between adsorption and absorption, we can take an example. If silica gel is placed in a vessel containing water vapors, the water vapors are adsorbed on the silica gel. On the other hand, if in place of silica gel you are taking calcium chloride, then the absorption takes place as the water vapors are uniformly distributed in the CaCl2 and forms CaCl2 dot 2H2O, that is hydrated calcium chloride. So it is called absorption. Now when you see both the phenomenon, that is adsorption and absorption simultaneously, then it is called sorption. So what is the meaning of sorption? Adsorption plus absorption. For example, if you are taking a cotton clothes and you just dip in a dye for dyeing, then adsorption and absorptions take place simultaneously because the dye particles or the color of the dye will adsorb on the surface as well as will enter in the bulk also. So the sorption meaning adsorption plus absorption. Adsorption is an exothermic process, means during adsorption energy is released. So that means delta H is always negative. Now we'll come to the second topic, which is factors affecting adsorption of gases by solids. So these are the factors. First is nature of adsorbate or the surface area of adsorbate nahi, nature of adsorbent and surface area of adsorbent. Whenever you are taking any adsorbent or any surface, and if the surface area is more, then adsorption will be always high. But if the surface area is less, the adsorption will be less. Second is nature of gas. If you are taking a gas which is showing high critical temperature, then adsorption will be high. Because higher the critical temperature actually shows the higher forces of interaction as well as easy liquefaction of the gases. So the gases which show high range of critical temperature easily adsorbed on the surface, or you can say adsorbed on the surface to the higher extent. Next is temperature. Higher the temperature, lower will be the adsorption. Pressure. At constant temperature, whenever we increase the pressure, in general, adsorption also increases. Now we'll come to the topic types of adsorption. Adsorption is of two types, physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. So first we will discuss over here physical adsorption. In physical adsorption, there is only a physical phenomenon, no chemical bond is formed, it is non-specific in nature. During physical adsorption, only van der Waals forces of attraction are present in between the adsorbate and adsorbent. During the physical adsorption, energy is released, that means it is an exothermic process, but the value of delta H is very low. Physical adsorption is multi-layer, that means once if a gas is occupied on the surface, then one more layer of the gas can be formed by the help of the van der Waals forces. So it is called physical adsorption, not chemical adsorption. As during the chemical adsorption, chemical bonds form. So it is specific in nature because it depends upon the gases that there are bond formation takes place in between the gases and the adsorbent. Next, it is irreversible, as physical adsorption was reversible. But the chemical adsorption is irreversible. It is also an exothermic process. Delta H is negative, but the value of delta H is comparatively higher. It is unilayer. Once the surface is occupied by the gas molecule, further no molecule can again overlap with the first surface. So there is one question, differentiate between physical and chemical adsorption. So I am just revising this topic. Difference. Physical adsorption, no chemical bond form, chemical bonds form. It is non-specific, it is specific. The value of delta H is negative but low. The value of delta H is high. It is multi-layer, it is unilayer. It is reversible, it is irreversible. So these are the difference in between the physical and the chemical adsorption. Now we'll come to the next topic, which is called adsorption isotherm. The meaning of adsorption isotherm means a graph between the amount of gas adsorbed per gram of adsorbent and the equilibrium pressure of the adsorbate at constant temperature is called adsorption isotherm. Adsorption isotherms was given by French League. And what is adsorption isotherms? Whenever you plot a graph in between the extent of adsorption and the pressure at constant temperature, then it is called adsorption isotherm. So if we study the adsorption isotherm at low pressure, at high pressure and at intermediate range of pressure. So this is the graph. You can see that at low pressure, X upon M is directly proportional to the P. So that means X upon M equal to constant and it is pressure. But when you take the very high pressure, then X upon M is independent to the pressure. That means X upon M is proportional to P to the power 0. Here it is. So X upon M equal to K, that is constant. But when you take the moderate range of pressure, that is the intermediate range of pressure, then X upon M is proportional to P to the power 1 by M. And when you remove the proportionality sign, it becomes X upon M equal to K, P to the power 1 by N, where N is a positive integer and N value depends upon the nature of the adsorbate and adsorbent. So this equation is actually called French League adsorption isotherm. By taking log on both the side, we can write log X upon M equal to log K plus log P to the power 1 by N. Then log X upon M equal to log K plus 1 upon M log P. If we plot a graph in between log X upon M and log P, then it will be a linear graph in which the intercept will tell the value of log K, where slope equal to 1 by N. So it is called French-League adsorption isotherm, and here it is the graphical representation. Now we'll come to the next topic, adsorption isobars. Now what are adsorption isobars? A graph drawn between the amount of gas adsorbed per gram of the adsorbent, that is X by M, and temperature at a constant equilibrium pressure of adsorbate is known as adsorption isobar. If we are plotting a graph in between X upon M and temperature at constant pressure, then it is called adsorption isobars. Now you can see that here is one graph where it's for physical adsorption and here it is for chemical adsorption. For physical adsorption, with the rise of temperature, extent of adsorption always decreases. Okay, but when you study in chemical adsorption, first, with increase in temperature, extent of adsorption increases and then afterwards decreases. It is because during chemical adsorption, as we know, that chemical bond formation takes place. Okay, so when you supply the energy, actually we are supplying the activation energy for the formation of the chemical bond. So first, the extent of adsorption increases, but afterwards, if you are continuing supplying energy or rising the temperature, then it will show the decrease in the X upon M. So there is a 1 mark question. By showing the graph, they can ask in the examination that this graph is for what and this graph is for what. So it is for the physical adsorption and it is for the chemical adsorption. Now there is the last topic of adsorption, which is application of adsorption. It is a very easy topic. When you just go through with the NCERT, you will find the application and you can read it from the NCERT. 1-2 application I am here discussing with you. As the first, sugar is decolorized by treating sugar solution with charcoal powder. The yellow color is adsorbed by the charcoal powder and the sugar solution become white. As well as in the dyeing industry, this phenomenon adsorption is also applied. And in the chromatography, adsorption is applied, and there are many more processes in which adsorption is applied. So it is an important phenomenon. That's all for today. Now tomorrow we will study the new topic, which is catalysis.